Hello there everybody, welcome to my new Let's Play, which is going to be God of War Ascension. And I was having trouble trying to get this damn thing to work. We're playing hard. So, I was having trouble trying to get this thing to work. My Elgato has been having some issues recently, and that's very scary. But I do have an older Elgato that I bought, like, I think back when I was doing Spyro 2, like 2014 shit. Like, that's far back. And that one was also kind of giving me some crap. So I don't know exactly whose fault. Let me turn down the mic just a tad. I don't know exactly who or what's going on with my thing right now, but it seems I'm having some problems with Elgato. Not just like the recording software, but the actual damn thing itself. And then like a chunk of the wire kind of broke out on the other one. And I don't know, man. But yeah, so I've been having trouble all day trying to get this to work. So, but here we are. We're doing God of War Ascension. That's enough complaining and bitching about things that no one cares about. Great start to a Let's Play, right? But yes, this is God of War Ascension. It is one of the many of the prequels that God of War has. If we're talking about console-wise, then that'd be like the third technical one. Not counting the mobile game, so... Yeah, because you got like Chains of Olympus, Ghost of Sparta, and then this. Yeah, a lot of technical difficulties going on in just everything right now, to be honest.
Hello, Kratos.
I'm going to do something real quick. I'm going to turn off my sound completely from my computer, because I've been having some speaker issues too. You know, we don't need to start off God of War Ascension like that. Like, nah, I should treat this like it's a completely new Let's Play, which it pretty much is.
What's wrong? You seem confused, Kratos. Having trouble remembering us.
And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the parts I don't like the most about some of these games, especially, well, mainly I would say Ascension, is the constant like flashback shit. Where it's like, oh, you don't remember this? Well, let me remind you. And then you get like a flashback, and then you have to see like, oh, okay. You know, that's cool. I understand that God of War 1 kind of did it too. But they didn't do it for like that long. You know, it's like a, what? The singular... Oh yeah, I forgot you gotta dodge here. I use the right stick to dodge.
For what you've taken, I owe you.
I think you probably could die. But I'm not going to double check and make sure. By the way, I'm only playing on hard just for the sake of just doing it. It's not really like anything too special. I play God of Wars usually on harder difficulties all the time. So it just makes sense to just do it, I guess. At least on hard and not go Titan. Because Titan's a pain in the ass. Yeah, even though I'm not a fan of the flashback stuff, this is actually one of my favorite scenes of God of War. I think that's definitely one of the coolest shots in all of them. And the blades look absolutely amazing. I love the way they look. I mean, yeah, they kind of look basic, but that's the part I like about them the most, is like how they kind of give off like more of a early Kratos vibe, you know? That's the stuff I like. In terms of where this takes place, I want to say it might... I'm going to get so much shit for this, I'm going to get it wrong. Part of me wants to say, like, maybe it takes place, like, I don't know, fucking between... No, not between, probably, like, before 1. For sure. Most likely, because we got the Furies we're talking about and all that other stuff, but you guys will see that when we get there. Try not to spoil too much. I mean, because I am doing the Let's Play of it right now. So I probably shouldn't go too hard into detail. The one thing I can say that is kind of different about this game that makes it kind of weird is they decided to change up some of the controls a bit. This is kind of one of the first times in the God of War that things become a bit different to play with. If you're like me and you play a lot of God of War, you might kind of find this one a little bit off-putting in some cases. Because R1 is to grab and not circle. Circle is now kick. Circle is actually now a... Well... I'll not spoil it, let's just say that. But yeah, it's basically a kick. If I press circle right now, it's a kick. And that's kind of just how it's going to be right now. If you hold it down, you get like a charge thing. Also, something that's neat is, in this game, instead of opening chests, Kratos will just smash them. So you could also see that as a potential predecessor type thing toward God of War 4, maybe. One of those cases of, you know, kind of building into the eventual God of War 4 and Ragnarok that it became. This is definitely showcasing a change in the tides, so to speak. Like, things are definitely becoming a lot different. Is my game volume frozen, or am I just dumb? I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it was just like that one moment just seemed kind of louder than usual. Yeah, press R1 to grab them, press circle to throw them. You can also grab them, and then you can hit square to attack them while you grab them. You can press triangle to slam them. You can grab enemies in air, but you can't slam them down from the air. You have to actually press triangle to do that. Kind of a bit annoying, but yeah, that's what it is. Now, the other biggest change for this game, besides the obvious grab move thing, is not only the finisher for the square finisher, that's changed, but on top of that, you also have a new thing where once you get enough combo potential going, so to speak, that bar on the bottom right will fill up, and then when that fills up, it basically gives you a full normal attack thing that Kratos can normally do in all the other games, but they now replaced it with a just regular triple attack until you get to the point where you can use that bar, pretty much. The triangle versions have not really changed too much. It's about the same bloom as always. I think here, yeah, triangle is basically God of War 3 triangle. And then I want to say hold triangle might be about the same too. Have to check. Blocking is the same thing. I remember parries. I don't remember if you can do them yet or not. I think you have to unlock them. Because, I mean, technically I think this is supposed to take place before God of War 1, so, you know, you have to unlock the parry in God of War 1, like you have to pay for it, and in God of War 2, of course, you have the fleece, which carries over into 3 and such. But, yeah. Okay, I was trying to hit circle there to, you know, kick these assholes, but I guess the game probably thought it was, or at least determined that I was still in combo mode. That's fine, that's not a big deal. It's fine, I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, don't let, like, the way I talk about this game kind of make it seem like I hate it. There are certain parts that I just do not like at all, but that's, you know, pretty much with any God of War game. Like, I can give you, you know, examples of other parts and other places that I'm just not a fan of, but maybe not exactly off the top of my head right now, but yeah, you know, Ascension has a few, but it's got some good stuff to it too, so. It also, okay, these ones you have to actually open. It does have a wide variety of combo potential, kind of like what God of War 3 kind of did. So keep that in mind, and keep in mind that I am not good enough at that type of stuff. So you might not exactly get to see me utilize the entire arsenal to its fullest, and I'm just going to apologize ahead of time that I am not that guy. This will also probably not be like a quote-unquote regular 100% thing, because I'm not going to pick up all the notes. I'm not going to bother with all that crap. I will try to get all the upgrades, like max out stuff. If I don't care enough. If you can't get everything in one run, then I'm fine. I don't really need it that bad. I'll probably do what I normally do and just upgrade blades or whatever. Upgrade one I need. But yes, this right here is what Circle pretty much changes out to. You have a weapon that you can pick up, and then you can use those to obviously use as a weapon. But on top of that, they also allow you to get orbs out of enemies for using it and such. And weapons are cool and all. They're not exactly, like, the most necessary thing. They're more so feel like they're here for just being kind of like a flashy thing to have, you know? Like, it's less so of like, hey, this is mechanically gonna help you out, like, a lot. And more so just, yeah, it's cool, it's there. Use it if you want, you know. I got no problem with it. My other biggest problem I have with this game is I do not like the camera. I think the camera is terrible sometimes. Not all the time, but a good amount of it. Makes it kind of hard to see what's going on, so to speak. And you'll get to see that right about here or so when things start to kind of... Well, not exactly right here, but you'll see what I'm talking about when we start fighting the Hecatonchires a bit more. So I'm not 100% sure on my actual Greek mythology about Hecatonchires. As far as I remember, at least in terms of like, you know, SMT and like Persona and stuff that I know it more so from, it's like a multi-armed giant. And then for this right now, like, obviously it's just a hand that's been possessed by, you know, the bugs. Shit. I'm trying to remember if, like, what's her nuts, if she's like a Fury or not. I think so. I'm gonna say. Also, for the combo thing, if you don't do it for a while, eventually your thing will go back to normal, triple hits. And then after that, not only that, but if you get hit, I think it also takes away from it too a bit. So, be careful of that. You know, it also kind of sucks too that this is the last of the OG God of War games that we got in terms of console-wise, which, you know, pains me a lot. Did I die? No, I'm fine. So that right there, you want to dodge all that by basically rolling into like these little pits right here. And again, this is where camera gets kind of starting to get a bit finicky and kind of a bit weird. It's not like terrible yet, but it's pretty close to being like almost obnoxious enough. Not incredibly horrible, but yeah. It's mainly that I can't see Kratos. That's the biggest issue. And I do kind of have like a bit of a small TV that doesn't really help out too much, I guess. But even then, I still feel like the camera could be better. Just a bit, you know? Just a little bit. I mean, God of War 3 kind of did something like that too, I think, where they had some moments where the camera was kind of a bit funky. Yeah, with like Chronos and shit, yeah. Alright, are you down yet? Can I... Yep, there you go, okay. Come on down here. So, another good aspect is the quick time events. They're a lot easier to kind of see, because the button prompts themselves, as you can notice, do appear where the buttons would probably normally appear anyway, and I think that's actually kind of useful and really cool, so that helps out big time. Also, fuck this game on Titan mode, by the way. Just fucking on Titan mode.
You cannot defeat us!
I should probably turn down the TV. It might be kind of loud. I don't know. You know where? Oh yeah, we gotta do things now. I might have to change the volume of the game volume because it's a bit loud. Maybe like next video or something, or maybe after this. This part's kind of neat. I like the sliding part. It's pretty neat. But yeah, honestly, I really miss, like, the old God of War stuff, man. I really miss it a bit. I'm gonna turn this game volume down a bit. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, it's on 1. Okay. I like to keep it on, like, 1, so at least I can still kind of hear it. But yeah, that motherfucker is loud even on 1. Jeez. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that stuff. So, another change. Yeah, I know, there's plenty. This is smooth, like, you know, controls, I guess you could say, like climbing controls. So if you're familiar with games like Uncharted and shit, this will be very familiar to you, because I'm just using the stick to move. I'm not really using the X button or anything like that. I don't think there's a chest. I'm not sure if there's a chest back there or not. I'm not 100% sure about that. Break the fucking thing up. What's with this sound? Like, it's just off. It's like off sync. Desynced out of nowhere. Okay. But yeah, the climbing is now a bit different. There are some aspects that are still here, like this part right here, for example. But after that, yeah. And if for some strange reason you might be thinking, like, you're fucking lying. These climbing controls are not different. They're not changed. You fucking liar. You're just pressing X the whole time to move. Like, really? You think I'd lie about that? And on top of that, I mean, fucking A, like, look at it. Look at the way he moves. You know, that's not X climbing shit. Not at all. I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't want anybody thinking that I'm lying or whatever. Like, I'm being dead serious. I'm not. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not saying that I do. I'm just saying that it's a bit different. And that's the way I think Ascension should be treated. It should be treated differently. No, I mean, like, it should be what? Like, I want people to kind of understand that, like, this game is good in its own right. You know, it doesn't need to exactly be a full-on regular God of War game to be good, I guess. Now, take that with the same thing with, like, God of War 4, for example, and it's just like, yeah, I'm not a fan of God of War 4, so... however, all because I'm not a fan of God of War 4, you know, I will admit that I think Ragnarok did a better job in a lot of ways. I think it definitely took what God of War 4 could have been and improved on it by a lot, so... It's not completely bad, it just has the unfortunate, you know, modern game issue, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. Look, I prefer the old games, that's what I'll say. I just prefer the old way of playing. You can call me a boomer, you know, pretty much. But grew up loving these games. And when they get like a complete overhaul change, it just kind of fucks with me. But to be fair, I would say I think Ascension was a good decision because it allowed us to have that middle ground between, you know, what was going to come and what was and has been. You know what I mean? Because, like, obviously it still plays like God of War, like the classics, but there's a bit of a heck of a few changes here and there that make it unique in comparison. So we already were kind of seeing aspects of that already. Yeah, this is where the camera gets just incredibly just fucky as hell. Right now it's okay, but because it's kind of zooming in on Kratos a bit here. I don't know why they bothered to zoom in when they're just going to zoom out anyway, but hey. Yeah, these parts get kind of tough when you get just ransacked by dudes. Your best option is just to kind of go for, like, triangles. Well, not triangles, but, like, you know, these grab attacks, and then just throw a couple guys. That way you can get some damage on them. Like, just do grab attacks, pretty much. The other benefit of grabs, too, is that you can use the square while you're grabbing another enemy to attack other guys, too. And, of course, while you're in mid-grab, if you happen to get the guy into the finisher zone, well, you know, ready to be finished off, then basically, Kratos will just pretty much do that automatically. You know, I could have sworn this part was way worse about the camera, but maybe I'm wrong, actually. Maybe I've kind of just either gotten used to it or something, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me here. By the way, you're not completely invincible while grabbing somebody. Like, you have to do at least an attack to be invincible. Or have iframes and what have you. So, be careful with that. I think somebody fell off, yeah. Pretty sure they fell off. But yeah, goddamn, I miss this old shit. I miss the blades on the back, you know. That kind of thing. Like I said, I get it. I'm a fucking boomer. I know. Ragnarok is so much better than everything else. I get it. I'm just a salty old man. Ragnarok and them have their place. I'm not saying that they shouldn't exist or anything like that. It's just I kind of want to have like a middle ground again, you know? Something like that. Just a nice, good middle ground. God fucking damn it. Like, I wouldn't mind having, like, God of War, like, 6 try to go back to the regular old-fashioned camera angles. rather than over the shoulder, and then on top of that, be able to play like that, but have also, you know, keep some of the same weapons from like God of War, Ragnarok, and what have you, and maybe add some new stuff, like a new mythology we go to possibly. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me see here before we do anything too special, I guess. I hate how you have to actually grab these. Like, everything else is like, nah, don't worry about it. Just, you know, hit the button. And just hit the button and then Kratos will break it. And these are like, nah, we're not going to just break it. You're just going to actually open it like the classic games. By the way, the amount of recording I'm going to do is, I'm going to do like 45-minute videos. So, that's my new way of doing things now anyway. I feel like that's a lot better to cover everything I can. Alright. One of my favorite enemy designs, not just because of Ascension. Why did I block? Not because of, like, not an Ascension thing, but more so like just God of War thing naturally, is the Troll Cyclops. That's what I call them. I don't remember if they're called trolls or not. Well, basically, yeah, just like the regular, you know, stumpy, hit you with stick Cyclops thing. I thought it was always kind of cool. I just like fighting Cyclopses in general. My technical favorite enemy would be like the medieval versions of them, like the one, not medieval, but like the ones that have like the ball and chain thing going on. You know, those have always been kind of like more of my favorite enemies to fight. And Minotaurs. Minotaurs are pretty fun. Alright, hop on, and yeah, no quick time event. You just kind of hop on and let the game kind of just do itself. So they changed that out of it. But that's more of like a, I guess you could say, a natural progression into things too, because they probably got tired of doing the same over and over again. They wanted to probably, if I had to guess, they probably wanted to make things feel a bit more modernized, I guess. I'm not exactly against it, you know. I don't mind like not being able to do quick time events all the time. At least still have them to an extent, you know. Ooh, one thing. Yeah, one thing about this game that they do a lot better, if I was going to give praise to other things, I personally feel that this game's a lot more brutal in terms of your executions. You'll see what I mean when we get to the elephant guys, but I feel like those guys are absolutely like one of the more brutal in terms of God of War kills, you know. I mean, they were getting pretty brutal, even like in God of War 3, but I feel like they did a pretty good job at like just the regular mooks here, making it a bit more, I wouldn't say grosser, but just a bit more violent, I guess. You see, the way that I see it is like, if you want to make your game, hold on, I'll explain this guy in a minute, like who the fuck this guy is. Just give me a sec. So, yeah. There you go. He pretty much gets fucking teleported out. Yeah, literally, he doesn't die. He gets teleported out by the gods. So that guy right there is your multiplayer guy. I don't know if you can change, like if you could just make a multiplayer guy and then just have him be that. I don't remember. But I think that's supposed to be like your default multiplayer dude. So yeah, basically the gods of Greek mythology pretty much did save default Jonesy, pretty much. That's pretty much what happened. And yeah, you use him for like multiplayer and shit, and there you go. There's that. It's neat, but it's kind of still weird that, you know, you see him, whether in multiplayer or single player, whichever one first, and you're like, what the fuck? Where's that guy, I guess? But anyway, so back to the, like, yeah. When it comes to, like, gore and the violence, like, I feel like things are a lot better if you can just feel the anger, you know what I mean? Like, you can just, like, when a character is more precise about their killing, I feel like that makes it more brutal than somebody that just does, like, basic decapitation or basic, like, I don't know, rip in half thing, you know? Like, you see it all the time. If you can, like, Kratos feels like he's a lot more precise with what he's trying to do. Like, you can tell, like, he's just, rather than just being rage-filled, There's a bit of, like, more intelligence within it, you know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm fucking bad at shit like that. But, like, it just feels like the devs wanted to make him a lot more, you know, deliberate, I guess, with his attacks, rather than just doing it to get out of the way, to get enemy out of the way. Now it's more like, yeah, it's a fucking personal problem now. Which I guess you could say it always has kind of been a personal problem, but now it's like absolutely 100% sure. If anything, like, look at the way, like, Doom 2016 versus Doom Eternal. Like, look how those kills kind of compare. Like, it's an obvious case of, well, you know, they've updated the game. They want to obviously make things better looking or more interesting. And, yeah, that's usually kind of the case with that. I get it. But, you know, with Doomslayer himself, like, I do feel like he's gotten a hell of an upgrade just in terms of lore, you know. A lot more angrier, a lot more wiser and intelligent about how he wants to kill, I guess. Sorry I'm doing so bad. And I also apologize if you can hear my PS3 in the background sometimes, because he's getting loud. This game kind of just makes my PS3 kind of cry a little bit. I could have played this on, like, you know, a different console, because it is on PlayStation Plus. It may have probably looked a lot better had I done that, but because it's on PlayStation Plus, I would need, like, decent internet to play it, and I don't want to hook up my fucking Ethernet to play God of War Ascension. I mean, if I want to play it online, I would have to, because my freaking PS3 Wi-Fi is just, for some strange, odd reason, just not that good anymore. It just doesn't work. I don't know why. But, you know, Ethernet works just fine on it. It's very bizarre. So, it's just one of those cases of I'm too stupid to kind of figure that stuff out, so I just don't bother with it. Pretty much. Yeah, what I'm doing right here is I'm pretty much going for these grabs. Not necessarily just to do damage against the boss. I mean, that's part of it, sure. But it's also more so that I'm doing it to kind of get iframes. So I don't get hurt and get hit and get killed, and then I don't want that to happen. Can you please lock onto the boss, please? Thank you. There, just... No, you fucking dick. It's not what I wanted. Yeah, even though, like, the camera angles are a bit kind of weird sometimes, I still think these are pretty beautiful, you know, fights, I guess you could say. They feel pretty cinematic and pretty cool. And goddamn, it's just insane. Like, I think at this point, like, Kratos is still immortal and he can still do all this stuff. I mean, yeah, you know, the Blades of Chaos, you know, they're pretty strong in general, but, like, this is just mere Spartan mortal strength. It's crazy. Alrighty. Onward and outward, I guess. Yeah, there's going to be a certain elevator section later on in the game that I'm just not going to like. There's going to be a certain boss fight later on in the game that I'm not going to like. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact, though. I'm not looking forward to it at all. But we'll do it, you know. We're only on hard mode. We'll be alright. We beat the Hecatonchires hand thing, so I think we're pretty much set to go. We'll be alright. We'll be fine. What's over here? Anything? No. Wait. No. Okay. I thought I saw something, but I don't think there was. I know I probably should upgrade, but I don't really feel like it. Also, welcome to Bug Dogs. That's going to be like the main theme for a bit here, is like the bugs are going to be a big part of it. Which I think is kind of cool. I like the idea of being able to mix like the bugs and have them take over and control other like monsters and Or create monsters out of it and stuff. I think that's kind of neat, honestly. Oh, thank you, so neat. Oh, yeah. I could have sworn that... Yeah, there's like chest right there, yeah. But I don't remember how the hell you're supposed to technically get back down there if you even can. Or it might just be too late. I might already fucked up. I gotta fight these assholes. Ah. See, that's what happens when I try to fight them. It's not gonna work out very well. So I'm better off just kicking them into the meat grinder, Splatterhouse style. Well, I technically God of War did that before Splatterhouse, in terms of Splatterhouse reboot, I mean. Specifically the reboot, that's what I'm trying to say. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this. The thing is, like, your weapons usually shouldn't last very long. Like, if I remember correctly, I think they do break. I guess they should break. But I don't remember exactly. You know, it's funny, I skipped over, like, a major thing that I kind of just didn't really talk too much about, and that's multiplayer. And yeah, this game has multiplayer in it, so surprise, surprise. Now can I jump down there, or is the game gonna fuck me for that? It's gonna fuck me for that. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I forgot a chest, but I think we'll be alright. I mean, again, we're only on hard. I mean, yeah, that's gonna take away, you know, a few stuff from us, I guess. But should still be quite alright. I would assume. Sorry, it's been a long day. I had a birthday party I went to, so. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying that I went to a birthday party. Can you not grab things that I don't want you to clearly grab? Dick ass motherfucker. Alright, there goes all the dogs. Easy enough. Yeah, some of these you actually have to press X to obviously jump up from, so keep that in mind. But Kratos does kind of climb pretty fast with just the regular holding stick and doing stick things. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to make this one. Yeah. It's going to be either really close or... Okay, so now all of a sudden he's just faster than normal. Alright. Thanks, gang. Ladder. The heck are Tonkeries? I think that's spelled right. I don't know. I don't remember. I guess in all technicality, you probably could just spell it wrong and maybe still get away with it. I don't know. That... Yeah, there's so many fucking messages. Jesus Christ. Like, I get it. Like, you know... Get to see some other deep lore. Something God of War 3 added themselves, you know, having more extra lore around, but... Personally, I don't really care too much, I guess. Wait, Eos. Oh, I was thinking of Eos. Women. Women. It also reminds me, too, I think this is like one of the few times that you actually saw Kratos, like, smile at all. Like, there was a smirk on him. There was.
They are nothing. Come with me and experience the greatest of pleasures.
I like how the girls don't even fight that back. They're like, alright. I mean, I know, obviously, why. Bam, there you go, illusion.
He is mine. I will take care of this.
Can't believe Kratos would just fall for that shit. Like, mid-fight on top of Hecatoncrates, you think there'd just be... Well, you know, I don't know, maybe there would be women with their breasts out just randomly. It is God of War after all. What a bastard. Alright, cool. But yeah, you can definitely tell I'm playing on PS3 because of the obvious, like, saving mechanic that's going on at the bottom there. Just the usual, PS3 old thing. You know what I really want to do right now? I know this is completely off topic and out of nowhere. So recently, I just finally recently bought Grand Blue Rising, and you know, I haven't played Grand Blue Versus in like a year or two, maybe, at least. Because I fucking just didn't like it. I just hated it for a while. And, god damn, Rising was a hell of an update, you know? It really was. I've just been enjoying the heck out of it playing that. And then, yesterday, you know, recorded some content for the channel, for both channels, me and my friend's channel. And that was fun. I loved doing Super Mario 64, and I loved doing, like... Well, I love doing DK. It might not seem like it, but I actually don't mind doing Goemon. I do like doing Goemon. It's just that... like, every world is starting to kind of feel... a little too similar sometimes. And... You know, it's mainly the castles, like the last levels of each world usually kind of do like the castle thing, and it's a pain. It's kind of like if you played Mega Man, you know, one after another. It kind of feels like that. That's the best way I can describe Goemon's ways, because it's like you go through like all the Robot Masters, you know, for Mega Man, and then you do like Wily Castle, and then you move on to like the next game right after, and there you go. And that's kind of how it feels with this. There's not like a whole lot changed. But I still think it's a really good game, though. You know, I would argue that. I have fun with it, but, god damn, you know, sometimes it just kicks your ass. And sometimes it's just brutal, too. And on top of that, if anybody's wondering, so for PlayStation All-Stars, because I'm doing that Let's Play as well at the same time, that's going to be strictly, at this point, you know, mainly co-op stuff. Like, I'm not going to go do it, like, on my own. Yeah, I know what we need to do, game. I'm not that dumb. It's just, like, I don't have the room to do it. Or even the time, apparently. Yeah, this is another one of those cases of, like, camera used to fuck with me. Now it's kind of not that bad, but... Man, it used to fuck with me so bad. Back then. Jeez. Louise. But yeah, so PlayStation All-Stars is basically, again, like, it is a co-op thing that we're kind of doing. But I will count it as one of my Let's Plays. For Mario 64, though, it's a co-op Let's Play. Like, through and through. It won't count as, like, my normal Let's Play, but I will count it as just co-op. Just a fun co-op thing. And then, man, you know, hopefully you guys, I want you guys to look forward to, like, next week. Well, I don't know when they're going to get uploaded, but next week we're going to be starting up some cool, fun games on his channel, most likely. God damn, doing the fucking, you know, doing the thing that the seahorse guys do from God of War 3, huh? Maybe I'm going crazy, but I'm starting to feel like there's like a bit of delay with things. Like, I mean, it still feels like the regular God of War delay with attacks. Like, you can do that. Like, you can kind of like stop attacking and still have it keep going. Like, I'm used to that shit. But every once in a while, like, I'll try hitting like triangle mid-combo and it just doesn't feel like it wants to come out. It's very odd. This part's pretty neat. Kind of tough, though, to get right, but yeah. Basically, just press a button, and then guy will attack face. And I think depending on what button you press, like square or triangle or whatever, he'll do like a different move, potentially. Yeah, see this shit right here? This is what I miss the most. And I feel like, again, no hate toward, like, the Neo God of Wars, but I kind of miss stuff like this. You know, big giant boss fights all the time, and then on top of that, like, just flashy big giant fights that don't need to happen rarely, you know? Like, I miss, like, the Hydra from 1, the Minotaur, Pandora's Guardian, you know, that guy, that Minotaur. Chronos to an extent from, like, 3. God of War 2's bosses, which are great. I'm pressing buttons. I don't think you're... I don't know. Yeah, you are supposed to press the button, okay. It just didn't look like it was working at first, so I was confused. Die, you bitch. Yeah, it's just one of those things, like, I don't know why, but I just feel this, you know? Like, it just feels right. It feels like you're actually kind of in control of Kratos in these things. It's crazy. But there we go. We killed her. I think that was Megara, I think.
Focusing only on the task ahead. Kratos.
Yep, there you go. To remember the weeks prior. Fucking A. So this was, yep, this was before God of War 1. Okay. And yet another 3 weeks early situation, just like in God of War 1. Yeah, this may be a me thing, but I feel like the models are kind of weird looking. Maybe it's because like God of War 1 and 2 were on PS2. And then you got the HD collection, which only really just enhanced them graphically, not much. You know, they didn't really, like, fully change anything, right? But Kratos' PS3 model is fucking strange to me. Like, he always looks somewhat hunched over or something. Or not like hunched, but I don't know. His head's kind of smaller than his body. It's just... something's odd about it. You know, PS3, you know how it is. They also have a strange jittering, too. Like, they always, like, jitter when they move. Like, these are, like, plastic models or something. I don't know. Again, I kind of blame PS3 because I feel like when they had the ability to just kind of just make a thing, they didn't try as hard to make it look good. They just kind of just made it. But then, like, you have, like, PS2 game, and it's like they want to make it look really good, so they have to try hard to make it look really good, and they did a good job at doing that. Even if, yes, a lot of the models did use, like, you know, 2D textures and shit, but I think that's fine. I don't mind that.
Freedom from your bond to the god of war himself.
Break an oath with a god. Of all the minds in question, mine is not the one to worry about.
Yeah, Kratos just looks fucking off-putting sometimes.
You waver from sound mind to illusion in the beat of a heart. Is that any life for a great warrior? The Furies are near. They cannot know I speak with you. I will draw them away. The truth waits for you in Delphi, Kratos. Seek the Oracle.
As always, the oracles. Alright, anyway, I think I'll call it a video here. I'm pretty sure the game's saved. If not, it saves now. Let's go ahead and just unlock parry. Because I need these. Forged in the... I didn't know that these... I said we're forged in Tartarus. I didn't know that. I feel stupid for not knowing that. Unless I forgot. I'm just that dumb. So now we got, what, hold square, which is this now, which is actually not that bad. We got no L moves besides block, but you have to press X to parry. Yeah, I know, right? That's... I remember hearing, like, people talk about how hard it is to parry in a game like this, and it's like, yeah, I can see that. I don't think I've ever come back in here. Is there anything to do? No? Alright. Alright, so anyway, yeah, that'll be it for this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time for some more God of War Ascension. And as always, take care, everybody.